Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy SynoStreamHD, and today we're going to talk about some Walmart stories that I have for you guys after working there for 4 months. Alright guys, so the first one is one of my favorites. It's the water chestnut story. I told this to a couple of my friends, and it never gets old to me because I love it. Basically what was happening was, it was just a few days ago, and let me tell you this, I've worked there for like 4 months. I was working with two friends. I think they were both new. Within like the first week. One of them is my friend Gabe, and one of them is my friend Jerry, and we were just working together. I'm pretty sure it was them too. And we were in aisle 10, which is like the pasta aisle with the suddenly salad and stuff. We were just chilling there. We were working, of course, and then all of a sudden, it was like 7 o'clock at night, so there wasn't a lot of people, right? With this coronavirus thing, not a lot of people like to shop at 7 o'clock at night for some reason. Probably because there's nothing on the shelves, first of all. Everything is like gone by the time it's like 5 in the afternoon. There was this old lady, probably like her 50s, mid 50s. She wasn't that old, but, she was a middle-aged, maybe a little bit older. I don't really know, something like that. She came around the corner into our aisle, and she asked us, like, hey guys, do you know where the water chestnuts are? Like, not like that, but it was pretty nice. It was like a nice way of saying things. And then, like, I look at my friends, and I'm just like, guys, you know anything about water chestnuts? And they just kind of like nod their head, and then I look back at her, and I'm thinking through my head, like, what even are water chestnuts? Like, I know a lot of people are probably like laughing at me right now, like, water chestnuts, you don't know what water chestnuts are. But to me, it was kind of weird. I didn't know what water chestnuts even really were. So I'm going through my head, and I'm not too familiar with it. I'm like thinking A30s, like peanuts, cashews, almonds, stuff like that. And then I think to myself, okay, we got aisle 16, chopped up walnuts, some other stuff. It's possible that this chestnut could be in there. And so I look at her, and I'm like, have you tried the baking aisle? And then it's like I insulted her intelligence or something like that, because she got really defensive and mad all of a sudden. She was like, the baking aisle? Jesus Christ, the baking aisle? The water chestnuts, the baking aisle. And I was just like, kind of just sitting there like, sorry, I'm really not too familiar with water chestnuts. It's like she thought I tapped my friend on the shoulder, like, hey, dude, watch this. I'm going to tell her to go to the baking aisle for water chestnuts. And then she just got so mad for no reason. And I didn't know really what to do. And then she's like, and I'm like, I'm not too familiar with it. And then she's like, okay, they're usually by the Asian food. And so I'm like, okay, I know where the Asian food is. That's in aisle 8. That's the aisle over. Then she just, Jesus Christ. And she walks off, grumbling and all upset. And, I didn't really know what to do. Like, what was I going to do? Whatever, I could have probably looked it up on my phone. But by the time she flipped out, I was like, I don't even care anymore. Like, this woman is crazy. So she walked over, she's gone. And I just looked at my friends like, guys, you even know what water chestnuts are? And they were like, no, dude, no, we don't. And so, no. And I asked my friends on Discord, you know what a water chestnut is? And then so we had to look it up. And I'll actually look it up here for you guys really quick too. Water chestnut, it's a plant, of course. Elocaris dulcis, right? The Chinese water chestnut or water chestnut is a grass-like sedge native to Asia. So its scientific name is Elocaris dulcis. I don't really know if I'm even saying that right. But yeah, that's what happened with her. And that's not the only story that I have. And I've only been there for 4 months. It was like my 3rd day there. And this Indian lady, not saying that there's a problem just because she's an Indian lady, but there was this Indian lady, and she had to been like 30-something. And she was very soft-spoken voice, very, very soft-spoken voice, almost to where like I couldn't hear her. Like, she was worse than me, and I'm like the shy introvert. So I'm just following this girl that I'm supposed to be shadowing. She's pulling like a pallet or something to our aisle. I'm just following her, doing my own thing, just trying to blend in and have no one ask me where things are, because I don't know anything, because I've been there for 3 days. And this lady, I hear a, hey, sir. And I'm like, coming from like 3 or 4 aisles back, like off in the distance, I hear like, hey, sir. And I turn around and I look. And there's this woman looking like in my direction, but I'm like, no way she's talking to me. She would spoken up a little bit or something. I don't really know. And I was kind of freaking out because all of a sudden, the person I'm shadowing is still walking away. I don't know her name, so I can't tell her to stop. And I want to call her, hey lady, or something like that. So she keeps walking, and all of a sudden, I keep walking for a second. I turn around, I take a step back, I look back, and she's just looking at the wall, the aisle, like, whatever. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go on with my day. She probably wasn't asking for me. She probably didn't want my help. So I just continue on to my aisle. Like, I go in there, the pallet gets put down. I grab a little box, and I'm looking at the box trying to figure out, all right, where is this gonna go? I'm gonna rip it open. I'm gonna see where it goes, and then here comes this woman around the corner with her cart in hand and everything. She's pissed. She's like, you know what? I did not like that. I did not like the way you approached that. You totally ignored me, and that is totally disrespectful. And I'm just like, I am sorry. You have a very soft-spoken voice. I did not know you were talking to me. It's like my third day here. She's like, that's so disrespectful. I cannot believe you've done that. And she's like, kind of very aggressive. And I'm just sitting there while there's like 10 other people kind of just, what the heck is going on? And my coworker is standing there looking at me like, John? Like I'm getting yelled at on my third day. Like, this is just, the great things that happen your third day there, or you're within your first week and you don't know anything. People just like to yell at you. And so she got done yelling at me, and then she went to go by, and there's a pallet in the aisle, and there's a guy like shopping next to the pallet with his cart in front of him, and she can't get through. So she goes to like say excuse me, but she has such a soft-spoken voice. The guy couldn't hear her. So she was like, excuse me. And the guy couldn't hear her, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna try to get this guy's attention so he can move, so this woman can get by. So I'm like, hey sir, and then he turned and he looked, and she's like, oh no, it's okay, sir. You couldn't hear me. I'm like, this guy over here, and then she pointing at me and like looking at me, and I was just like, okay, I don't need this right now. I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am. That's literally like all I said, and I just stood there like, I'm getting yelled at by this random woman. And yeah, again, has nothing to do with the fact that she's Indian. I just, I was just stating the facts. All right. Like, I don't know. I've never had an encounter with someone who's Indian before. So not a good start. Sorry. God, this is bad. All right. So the next story is I got this story of, someone was telling me about this. It's still like the middle of winter, and someone must have brought their dog with them to Walmart. And so they had their dog in the car. This person must have thought, oh, something's going to happen to the dog. I must take brick and throw it through windshield so I can give the dog air and fresh air so it can cool down or something. I don't really even know what was going on, but all I know is that someone tossed a brick through the window, and the glass shattered. So I don't know, maybe because they thought it was too hot or something. And so the dog, I think their attempt to try to help the dog was even worse, because first of all, the dog can get out into a parking lot of people who are not looking for a dog this, half the size of a human running around, right? And there's a bunch of glass. Like, their attempt to save the dog was completely stupid. So that was just, some people are dumb. That's the moral of the story. Some people are dumb, including me, for not knowing what a water chestnut is. There must have been another story of a man who wanted to steal a TV. So he must have been like running around the store, grabbing stuff, throwing in his cart. And then he tried running out of the store with a cart with a TV on it without paying for it. The thing must have went off. But the thing was, there was a cop right there. So he timed that perfectly, and he got like tackled, and he had to come back into the store with all his stuff and probably got arrested. So good for him, right? Yeah, guys, it's a little something different today. I just wanted to tell some stories. Maybe this will be something that I do more in the future. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. That's awesome. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more or enjoyed this content, and comment down below what I should do next, and I should see you guys in the next video. Peace.